Hello and welcome back. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Rights of the Horde in Europa Universalis 4. Alright, so I've been thinking about it this a little bit, and I've decided that I am going to vassalize Circassia because of the culture disparity. They're not an accepted culture group. We're not going to get a lot of that land anyway. And I think what we'll do is we'll full annex it, raise it, release Circassia, and then possibly attack Genoa at some point. The problem is that Genoa allied France because he's a dirty bastard, and that's something to consider. Also, I want to be able to chain wars, and you know, if we need to, we've got to have military access down this way. So I think we will take that vassal. Trying still to decide if Lithuania gets personal unioned by Poland, then Odoyev will have no sizable ally. Right now, they're guaranteed by Lithuania. Wouldn't mind turning him into a vassal, and then possibly at some point we'll backstab Ryazan because I'm only allied to him right now because I want the institution spread. That's literally the only reason. We could try to do development. That's one thing, like, you know, raising other provinces and then doing development in our own provinces gives us the ability to just rapidly increase our progress towards feudalism, which could be good. But yeah. So I think we're going to go ahead and shift consolidate. We're going to leave behind the damaged guy, and we're going to declare here and get started on this next war. We do want to have the leader here. And this is bad terrain for us. Well, it's actually, sorry, it's good terrain. Steppe. We have a crossing penalty. We've got one maneuver. Let's see who they end up appointing. They do end up having one maneuver of their own. However, Circassia is not a horde, so we don't have to worry about them getting a defensive modifier. We're just going to get some shock modifier ourselves. We should be just fine here. And how are we doing on loot? Still just a little bit of loot left. Should be getting that modifier, yes. 25% increased shock damage for nomads on flat terrain. And how do our combat stats look right now? Very, very good for cavalry shock, as expected at the beginning of the game here. Those cav are just going to do their job, darn it. 18 war score stack wiped, and we have a leader trait earned. Land attrition minus 20%. Hardy warrior. Very cool. That's a great modifier to have, I think. Especially if we can stack that with some of our national ideas. Look at that. Land attrition minus 20%, life of a steppe warrior. So as soon as we start knocking that out, that is going to be solid as well. Okay, so forts. We've got, looking for the fort map mode. Ah, wrong button. Here we go. Level 1 capital fort, nothing else to go. All right, let's go ahead and spread out a little bit then. And let's just do what we can here to loot. Since we know that there's no forts here and he's not going to be able to train any more men. We might as well have these guys recovering a little bit slower, but looting. Bagel Khan has declared war upon Jampur. Okay. It's kind of nice knowing what's going on in the rest of the world, but it's also kind of spammy a little bit, just because these guys are kind of far away from us. We don't really need to be suffering full siege attrition on all these things. Rather just move some of these cav around. Hopefully we can do something with Shervin before anything major changes with the Alliance landscape here. Alright. Apparently our ports are blockaded by Circassia. Very nice. Good job, sir. So I gotta get used to looting again here. Gotta take a look here. Look at that number there. Calculate roughly how many months it'll take us to loot. And then move troops around based on that. So this one is too strong. We only need about 0.3 buckets. It should just be not even 3 infantry. I think it'd just be just the 2, right? Because 2, yeah, they go 0.2 times 50% is okay. All right, cool. Once I get my barons straight, we're gonna be awesome. And a disease outbreak there. That's rather unfortunate. We also have a spare merchant. Wonder why we didn't start off with that merchant appointed. So right now our main trading port is here. I guess probably because there's only like what, one node upstream that we can actually reach or something. We've got a merchant here who is collecting from trade downstream of us. That seems kind of weak overall, doesn't it? We're making 0.04 ducats by collecting in Crimea. I think we're better off just, even though we can't steer towards the node that we care about, we're just going to send our guys and have them transfer trade power instead. That way we'll get a modifier to our trade power here for transferring from Crimea. I mean, I'd rather have 10% increased trade power in our proper node versus 0.04 ducats in the other node. Yeren has declared a war. Grab some of these damaged, some of these cab, move them over. I feel like I'm playing very slow. Okay, we need a Jagiellian. Okay, so that is our opportunity then for a war with Odiev. Because this guarantee I don't think can stay in place while Lithuania is a subject. Don't think. They're no longer considered to be a great power. They're no longer a valid rival. Oh, that's unfortunate. We didn't actually get the thing that I was expecting. Okay, yes, the Union is gone. No, that's not true. They're in a trade league. You're guaranteed by Lithuania. I am surprised you're still allowed to guarantee him. Is that... Hold on, Lithuania is not actually guaranteeing him. It's got to be a delayed tooltip update or something. Alright, we got woods up there. I think far more important than looting right now is going for these quick wars while there's opportunity. Let's head up that way. Maybe next month it will update. I don't know. Kazan has just declared war on Nogai. Alright, good. I like it when my neighbors fight each other. Sounds spectacular. No loot to be had there. Loot in 1 ducat a month there, so just 5 months. Trade dispute there. We've lost the humiliate rival, CB. That's so weird. Look at that. I mean, Odiev is not showing that they're guaranteed. They've been warned. There is no guarantee here, sir. Excuse me. Why is it still saying that there is? Now I'm kind of tempted just to declare this war anyway, just to see. Alright, that is another full month that has passed. And Lithuania is still showing that they would defend them. How could that work? Because he's not even the leader of a war. Would Poland be the war leader? Shall we attack Poland right now and just find out? I'm kind of tempted. We should probably at least end some of these other wars first. Could we take Poland? Poland, Lithuania? I doubt it. Right? They're probably very strong. 22,000, Poland has 23,000. That seems quite silly. Poland's probably going to declare war on the Teutons soon. We should definitely piggyback and either attack Kazan or Nogai. Are there nations that can be released out of any of this? Doesn't look like it. Total war score cost of Kazan is 133, Nogai is 162, so we can't full annex those guys. We can take a huge chunk out of them, though. The problem with expanding in that direction is we're picking up a bunch of aggressive expansion, and we're getting no feudalism spread. And we need to work towards Italy as fast as we can. Italy and the coast, so we can try to get the Renaissance as soon as that's available, too. Gujarat has declared war on Mewar. Ah, there it goes. Now suddenly it's gone. I don't know what procced it or caused it to actually change, but there it goes. And Novgorod can't possibly have the next tech level. I don't think anyone in the whole world has Tech 4 yet, so don't need to worry about that. They only have 7,000 troops. I'd prefer to just attack them while there's... Yes, continue defending against Muscovy. You're not going to participate in this war. That's totally fine. Let's wait till these other troops are here. Wouldn't mind having another leader. Let's see, 1 out of 1. We should turn our guy into a ruler, into a leader, because he's god-awful, and I wouldn't mind if he dies. A 101. So you're saying he's not very good? Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying. Come on, die in combat. Do it! I would be fine with it. A glorious battle and death in battle. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, we don't need to do that. Let's go down to as many cheapo infantry as possible. We'll keep our army still at full maintenance because you just never know when we're going to want to attack somebody else. Doing okay-ish on loot because we've been floating quite a bit of income from loot. These are about equal, so I feel like we should probably pull one of these cav over to here. No more loot to be had here, so we should pull... Yeah, I gotta wait till next month. Alright. We could still go for fabricated claims. Like, that's not something that we shouldn't do. Let's go down to the bare minimum to maintain these sieges. Trying to really get as much of an advantage here in the beginning of the game as we can. This is really frustrating how many disease outbreaks we're getting on this siege. How long has this thing been going? 370 days. My god, that's an eternity, sir. Man. My god, man. Except for another disease. My goodness. It's just outstanding. How unlikely we're getting. Apparently, everywhere is just full of disease. This is what I get for trying to do bare minimum sieges. Do you think the game just kind of dicks you around? They're like, oh, I see you're doing a bare minimum siege. I think we should give you an extra 40% chance for disease outbreaks. Sound fair? Sounds fair. We're only 21 out of 22 force limit. We could train another troop, but I don't think we really need it. Not to mention we are definitely spending some manpower here. Poland has declared the war on the Teutons, as expected. So what do we do up north here? This is, I don't believe, correct culture. It is not. It's a completely new culture group. However, it's already got feudalism. So perhaps we'll just hold on to it for the feudalism and see if maybe we can make something happen that way. If we did bump development up here, the actual spread rate would be higher. It doesn't tell you in the tooltip, but the higher the development, notice how this one's 0.9, this one's 9, this one's 7. That's what's causing the disparity in spread rate here. 0.29 versus the 0.37. The higher your development, the better. Hey, we finally won the siege. Cool. All right, no more loot to be had in that country. We're going to head up north anyway. Let's go ahead and... let's grab... even though it's going to cost us a little bit of time on the siege, I'm going to go pick up this leader since he's got the siege value. Shouldn't take too long to march there and back. Another reason why I shouldn't be doing bare minimum sieges is that I could actually move troops around like that. All right, we're going to full annex you. 20% overextension, 10 aggressive expansion, nothing too major. I'm so glad we're playing on 1.18.3 instead of the 1.18.1 because otherwise we'd be getting insane amounts of aggressive expansion with non-same religious groups and stuff. So, 95 ducats, a little bit of inflation, some prestige. It sounds great. Let's go ahead and take this peace deal. Alright, the Golden Horde Conquest of Circassia cost us 2,200 manpower, 1,600 due to combat. Cool. Got 95 ducats. We've gained a tribal conquest against somebody else now, Genoa. Our inflation is now growing. I don't believe... Can we raise while we are at... Okay, the development's too low. Yes, we can raise while we are at war. Good. Carbardia will be raised to the ground, lowering its development by 1. This will grant you 0,020 and 0 ducats worth of loot, as well as 2 horde unity. Their relations with us will worsen by -25. So it's only 20 military power now. I think it didn't at one point used to be 25. 25 per raised development, but I guess did it possibly get nerfed? Or maybe I'm thinking of another modifier that was giving us all the way up to 25. I think there's no reason to not raise. Makes it cheaper to core. Don't really care about their opinion of us. Raising, that's what it is. Is there like an increase in unrest due to raising? No, there's not. We'll burn it all down to the ground then. So here we're going to pick up 20. And also keeping our horde unity nice and high is great. And of course I still have this keybound from the last time I played as a horde. So again, another 60 monarch points sounds good. So we're down to quite low overall development. I don't think they've actually changed the formula for how raids or how raising affects provinces, so that part's fine. And let's pay very close attention then to how strong or weak Kazan and Uzbek get. Kazan is at what? They got 6,000 men. Wow. And sorry, not Uzbek, Nogai, that's what we're looking at. Nogai has 5,000. We owe it to ourselves to attack both of them right now. And just say, this land, this is our land. You may not have this land because this land is our land. And especially, they don't really even have like forts to protect themselves. Look at this, they've got one level 1 fort there, Kazan does have a level 3. And isn't there, I think there's a gold mine somewhere around here. Trade goods. Yeah, Kazan has that gold mine, which would be spectacular to have. And also does the culture. Yes. We could expand all the way up to the gold mine and get some pretty sizable income. It is the right culture. Okay, we cannot release nations while we are at war, but I don't want to miss out on this opportunity to attack Nogai and Kazan. Supply here's 16, we should be fine. Let's hope that we don't get any more disease outbreaks and these things can actually end. I'm tempted to even possibly keybind the loot map mode to something other than forts, because I'm gonna be using forts and loot quite often. Then again, tabbing between the two is not that big of a deal. Alright, we are losing money, but I wonder if we're losing money at a rate that we could possibly afford to have another diplomat as well. Diplomatic reputation doesn't concern me too much. Better relations over time. Let's see how the aggressive expansion map mode looks right now. Georgian opinion of Golden Horde aggressive expansion is -20. So the Georgians are pissed off because they are Orthodox. Muscovy, only 6. So nobody cares what the Golden Horde does. However, aggressive expansion is always a concern, and better relations over time. I think we'll go ahead and take these guys. Don't need to worry about missionary strength. The National and Rust guy could prove quite valuable. So we're in a definite negative spiral here when it comes to finances. We don't need this fort on. Make sure that we're not turning forts on automatically when we go to war. I'll handle that manually. We'll stay at full maintenance though, because again, I want to pounce on Kazan. And because we're, suffering some attrition to these sieges here. Can't seem to win either of them though. Amazing that we declared this war first, and we're still waiting on this one here. Diplomatic insult on Genoa, or lose prestige. Well, I don't really particularly want to lose any monarch points right now, but the prestige penalty is sizable. Also, got to keep in mind that I did take the mission to conquer Mansour. These guys are attacking Theodoro. They have no allies. It's Steppe. He is not a horde. Is he? Yes, he is. Yes, he's a Khanate. So he also gets the modifier. I think we should attack him before he can get any stronger. Also, cycling missions faster is a good idea. I'm actually going to pay the admin points, believe it or not. We're going to be raising enough that I think we're going to have the monarch points that we need. And I actually want to keep my prestige high, so we have a little bit of a morale advantage against other hordes. I just feel like that early little bit of prestige. If we were to lose all of our prestige, we lose. Granted, it's only 1.4% morale of armies, but it adds up, right? Every little pip of extra land morale that you can have, I think, is pretty darn serious. Pretty useful. Also, we get to play as a fantastic Sunni nation, so we get cool piety modifiers, which are fun. Definitely want to try going negative piety at some point in this campaign, because I want to see just how powerful we can get our tech cost reduction. Can you imagine if we went like innovative ideas, full embracement of all institutions, tech cost reduction? We could just have such cheap tech as a horde. Then on top of that, we get the ability to raise. Like, that's the thing. The Ottomans have probably better, arguably better national ideas and technology and stuff. They're closer to the Renaissance, but they can't raid. And by raid, I mean raise. I don't know why I keep calling it raid. Alright, so if we attack you, the Timurids will join. If we attack Nogai, no one will join. So crime against Allah, our piety goes down. That part's bad. Again, crime against Allah to attack you as well. I want to release this guy before we see our corruption go up too much higher. Not to mention this land is all Orthodox. I don't really want this land. I was thinking about granting it to the tribes, but speaking of the tribes, let's go ahead and consider briefly if we want to revoke some of the land from the tribes right now. They've got 25% land. They expect to control 25%. Autonomy is a little bit of autonomy down here. 11.8. I don't know why this land started with autonomy. Guess that it just did. We'll tell you what, we're definitely going to give this land to the tribes. It's not going to represent a very large amount of territory. Right now they're gaining loyalty. I'd rather that we never spend any time having them lose loyalty. Let's just wait. Come on, these sieges have got to finish eventually, right? At least one of them. Crying out loud. I'll pull one of these infantry down here so we can swap that other leader in right away. 270 days and 600 days. Good lord, man. I mean, I know this fort has some defensiveness, but come on. Nope, 56%. Nope, can't take it. 42, can't take it. Never gonna happen. Just can't be done, evidently. Okay, well then. Could come on! Please, for crying out loud, how many times can you roll this dice and have it fail? Gain piety or lose piety? Well, this early in the game, we're not really going for tech. And the missionary strength doesn't matter. I love armies, fort defense. Honestly, I would kind of prefer the lack of piety. And we're going to continue to attack Muslims. So let's go for it. Let's go for the negative. Well, and again, I kept prestige because I wanted to have prestige against the other Muslims. Whatever. I'm gonna go for negative piety. Dorado has been vassalized. Oh my god, it finally happened! Say it ain't so! I thought that it would never happen. Alright, let's take this guy's territory. 3,400. We lost almost as many men to attrition as we did to combat. Believe it or not. Alright, new CB. Let's go ahead and raise for sure. I wonder if you can actually have that opinion malice even if the country in question doesn't exist at the time. So, this is part of an estate already. We're going to go ahead and grant this to the tribes. Now, I think that we'll go ahead and raise autonomy, right? Because I just don't want to deal with the unrest. We'll raise autonomy in both locations. Grant it to the tribes. We'll go ahead and start the cores on these two. 61 admin points, 36 months. That's acceptable. Okay, and then the tribes now have too much land. We can revoke some of this other land up here then that they are... so 332, 333. I want to keep them above 25% land. So let's take away... What is up with our modifier to tax income here? Just the local autonomy. On both of them. One of the nice things about only having one estate to interact with is that I can't possibly spend too much effort on it, right? Yeah, I'll take this away from them. Back down to 0% autonomy, make a little tiny bit more money there. And that gives us our access to a tribal thing on Shervin. I think we do want to attack Georgia and this guy. There's a chance, in fact, that Georgia might not even defend him since he's getting his butt kicked right now. Wouldn't mind having two separate wars. Oof, no guy's getting wrecked. Might be an opportunity to do something there. Alright, come on. Come on. Cross your fingers. Let's end both these wars right now. Thank you so much, game. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Let's go ahead and take this province as well. 95 ducats is sweet. He's not willing to say yes yet because of, unfortunately, the other guy's still in the war. Darn it. Hey, Novgorod. What's it going to take for you to, like, go away? Will not betray their ally for gold. Alright, well, I guess my plan here to end this war quickly may not actually end up happening. We didn't take the money? How close are you? Still negative 74 reasons? Alright, fine. I feel like we're missing out on our opportunity here. So we're just gonna have to continue to plow ahead here. We've got... no forts here on any of these provinces. A 4-stack. Just start marching in and going for at least these 4 occupations. I wanna try to occupy as much land as I can so that what's his face can't take any. Send 5 troops that way. We'll send a troop this way. Keep the 4-stack there. Since it is tribal dispute, I wouldn't mind doing one little bit of fighting to try to get ticking war score going for us. Since he's locked, we'll take this fight in the steppe. And unfortunately, Ardalan is helping out with that siege there. Nice roll there, Pulad. Appreciate it. And we're looking for an opportunity down here now against this guy. So since we don't really need these men up here, I'm going to go ahead and just, again, go down to the bare bone minimum. And we're going to bring these guys down near Georgia. And then possibly over near Crimea as well. No loot to be had there. There is plenty of loot to be had over here. Okay, well, yeah. Assuming that the Timurids want some of this land. Oh yeah, they're going to take a big chunk on a no-guy. We'll keep one troop on each province. No real reason for it aside from just getting a little bit of loot over time. And Shervin, can we attack you yet without Georgia jumping in? This video is going a little bit long because I wanted to record another episode, but I actually have an appointment soon that I have to go to, so if I start another episode, I'll end up going too long. So might as well make this one a little bit longer, right? Why not? Okay, Georgia's still willing to defend, and there they go. Negative 70 reasons now. Perfect opportunity then to attack Shervin. And he's in flat terrain. Wait till our army gets there on the 16th. No guy will cede 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces to the Timurids. No guy will cede 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to Kazan. Fair enough. That means that their capital has moved over there. Let's do that. Let's grab these guys over to here. We will not take the siege leader. We've got our 221 here. Might as well declare this war right now. Let's grab one of these infantry to Dagestan. Level 9. Ooh, that's going to take a lot of men to siege down. But we are the Horde. Rights of the Horde. Gosh darn it. Shock fire advantage. Let's go. Shock fire? Shock. Shock at 20 war score. Holy crap. It's pretty good. Let's see. So we want to pull probably one of the cav off for now. To avoid some of this attrition. Let's turn our fort back off since the war is looking fine. Looks like he may have murked up or something because those troops trained pretty darn quick. And they seem to be doing alright on that battle there. We actually did lose that fight, unfortunately. It's too bad that I didn't actually have the capital province occupied because... th 29th. Okay, peace offer from Nogai and Odiev. Novgorod is still not willing to leave the war, but they're very close. He's not willing to give me everything that I want, so I think that we hold off on taking this peace deal yet. Okay, hopefully we can reinforce here pretty quickly. We're going to be there on June the 12th. It's not very quick, is it? Well, how dare you actually put together an army, sir? What's up with that? I'd say looting's a little bit less important than just making this war end quickly. So we're only at 23% overextension. I haven't been able to release the vassal yet, but we did start the other cores. We're doing fine-ish. I just need to kind of straighten up this war here. We may end up just full annexing this guy. He's actually willing to take that fight. Interesting. Or, alternatively, we could vassalize him. What does the culture situation look like? It's all within our accepted culture group. I think we just take it for ourselves. How much you want to bet that this guy's got nothing but mercs right now? It's probably what he's using. I don't think that fight's going to go well for you, sir. Alright. No guy, Novgorod. Novgorod's willing to leave. Let's just knock them out. Okay. And now we can piece you out as soon as we get our diplomat back. Here comes the horseman, the cav. Alright, here, I want to test something right now. We're going to go ahead and shift consolidate. No, yeah. Let's not shift consolidate, and let's just see where these troops get deployed. Is it going to still put the weakest troops in the center? Yes, of course it is. All right, so that bug hasn't been fixed yet. Interesting. I swear that's a bug. It has to be a bug, right? Couldn't not be a bug. All right, that I believe is was that our first province that actually has the no, we have 3 provinces now with feudalism present. Cool. So we're making some progress there. It needs to be embraced in at least 10% of our autonomy modified development. It is currently only embraced in 3.9%. So we're kind of not looking like we're going to be able to do it for a while, but we've got this. We're going to go ahead and raise it. That does reduce our autonomy modified development of feudalism, but the points, man, the points are too good. We can't give this to an estate yet because it's still a territory. We need to core it. We're going to, yes, raise autonomy, but not yet because the autonomy floor is actually at 50%. I don't think we want to do that until after we've cored it. So, then again, if we're going to give it to a tribe, it doesn't really matter too much in the first place, but fortunately, he is sending more troops that way, so I can't actually just move over there yet. Yeah, 30-minute video, solid. I like it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you guys like 30-minute videos? Speak up if so. We have earned another... Okay, shock damage received minus 10%. Sweet. This is a location where we need to have 3,000 troops. We arrive on the 14th and on the 10th. So it's actually you that needs to get slowed down. 17th and the... 1, 2, and one more day. Alright, so Muscovy, you still hate me? Not really. Still want to top off relations with you. You are still not willing to do a royal... Well, actually, we could get a royal marriage with you, which would probably solidify things with the Ottomans. We have the relationship slot for it. I'm going to go ahead and take this now. And let's improve relations with just some other neighbors, with our other diplomats. Keep them busy. Very much looking forward to embracing feudalism and seeing if we can actually just basically start the game off as Western tech by rapidly expanding here into feudalist provinces. Granted, again, expanding this way is gonna... You know what? I could release you as a vassal after raising your provinces, and then that way you would not offset my feudalism. We could make feudalism cheaper to embrace. We should probably do that, even though you're in our same culture group. It'd make feudalism easier to embrace, which makes it a good thing. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. Alright, for now though, I am going to have to take a break here. I do have to go to my appointment, so thank you for watching as always. I will see you again in the next episode. See you soon.